A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to the Vlog-A-Thon 4.0. And now here on the Vlog-A-Thon 4.0, I suppose that since I just talked a little bit about unofficial podiatry in the last one, I feel like now might as well talk about milestone challenges. Because unofficial podiatry and milestone challenges are pretty much the only two playlist related topics out there that I seem to have that don't really count as their own personal series. I can't really say that for sure, but if they were their own personal series, I probably would have done something, but unfortunately, they aren't. They're just their own standalone videos. Though I do have them grouped together in their own playlists on the channel, which are in fact an easy access in case anyone wants to go ahead and check those playlists out. Milestone challenges, however, is a different type of story when it comes to making content for the channel itself. Unofficial podiatry was simply put my little journey into the many things about the human foot, anatomy and function, and the many things that we should be doing. It is, of course, the way that I stand up to NFG certified based foot gear and the possibility of me wanting to keep this stuff going because it is really going to help a lot for the community around us. Whereas with milestone challenges, it's totally different. Not just within the name itself, but also with what happens in there. As I've said before, milestone challenges will only occur whenever I cross something. Like if I were to cross 1,000 followers on Twitter, which I already have, even with my second account, I've already surpassed 1,000 followers and then 2,000 followers with both accounts, even though the first one is non-existent anymore. But other than, well, that kind of stuff, anything can be crossed. And whenever I do something like that, then comes a video on the channel where I do something particularly to celebrate this type of milestone crossing. And I have done a lot within the past couple of years nearly. January 2019 was when I pretty much started it all, in a way. I went ahead and just simply did myself a 600 plus calorie meal, which was basically done just like that. And then of course there were others that eventually came along as well, including a challenge where I went ahead and ate a giant bowl of Jelly Belly jelly beans to celebrate the occasion of 5,000 liked videos on the channel, 10,000 liked videos on the channel, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, 30,000, 35,000, and so on and so forth. Of course, whenever I reach a certain milestone based on liked videos, I will have new things to do out there in the basis of milestone challenges. But of course, there are a few that I have been doing every month. And as a matter of fact, milestone challenges on its own is pretty much a monthly thing. Though I did have to skip the entire month of November, whereas with August, September, and October, I pretty much did on the 20th of each month. And I pretty much had up to 3 milestone challenges that I crossed, and I made 3 different videos for them. So in total, that's about 3 a month that I happen to be doing on the same day and uploading on the same day for those previous months. November, of course, was completely just passed without anything at all. And here in December, there haven't been much either. But of course there is, in fact, another milestone that's relating to how many videos I have on the channel and how many liked videos I pretty much have on the channel and so on and so forth. So when the time comes, I'll go ahead and put in some new ideas and see what I can probably bring up to the channel because I crossed those milestones at some point in recent times. But while I do stuff of that sort, I suppose that it's best for us to go ahead and sit back and reminisce of the many times that I've had milestones that I crossed, and I went on ahead and made videos about that good old stuff. Of course, there was that one time where I sat down on the bench for 1 full hour because I surpassed 1,000 videos. Then, of course, there was that one time where I had gotten myself nearly 400 Instagram posts, and I tried to read an entire film script. while spraying some really smelly stuff all over the place. Then, of course, we can't really remember that one point where I just simply read Hamlet. Gosh. That was terrible. The way that book just simply spread out English instead of American was just absolutely dreadful. I never want to go back to that again. So, I guess it's time for me to go ahead and move on from that crap and just simply get myself on to another part of my life as it is. But right now, I suppose it might as well be time for me to start doing some more research and find out what kind of other milestones I should jot down in case if I do cross them in the future, and I might want to make milestone challenge videos of some sort for the channel because of those. But when I do that, I suppose I probably have to come up with whatever idea of milestone challenges that I might end up having to do. Food challenges are somewhat common here on the channel. There, of course, was one point where I actually created a vlog back in June 2020 where I had surpassed a little milestone on Twitter that was associated with how many media tweets I had put up. As in different types of photos and videos that I would occasionally put up on my Twitter timeline as a whole. And then, of course, I kind of hit a roadblock right there because the challenge that I pretty much put up was to have dinner, breakfast, lunch, and even dessert Matt Stoney style. So, I had to create myself 4 separate eating challenges that were all going to be done similar to how Matt Stoney does it. Basically take something big and then eat it over a long period of time. But have most of the footage sped up just for convenience. So that's technically what I followed. And of course, I can't really say I enjoyed every minute of it, but the thing is, I pretty much had to do what I had to do just to get past those challenges. And once I did all that, I'd say I was okay and good to go. But from now on, I can't really say I'm going to have super complex level challenges of that magnitude. I could probably just stick to something very simple and it would probably work just fine. So, that's pretty much going to be that. So, right now, I guess milestone challenges are going to be a monthly thing and not so much of a very common thing like they used to be. But if you want to see more of those, then well, definitely stay tuned for some because I feel like I got a few that might be able to be put up on the channel. And if you want to see more, go down to my channel itself with all the stuff that I still have coming along here on the Vlog-A-Thon and whatnot. Then make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.